Welcome once again to my channel Esteems Tech, and in this video we're going to talk about three packages: RE, NLTK and matplotlib. So in RE package we are going to use sub function which will replace some text, and in NLTK we are going to use regexp tokenization. Regexp tokenize is a method. Then we are going to use matplotlib's pyplot to plot charts. So in this video we're going to learn three things all together. Come, let's learn together. Here is a question. Given the script Holy Grail, split the script Holy Grail into lines using the new line \n character. Then use re.sub inside a list comprehension to replace or remove the prompts such as Arthur and soldier #1. Right? Then third part of question says use a list comprehension to tokenize lines with regexp tokenize, keeping only words. Recall that the pattern for words is \w plus. Then the fourth part is use a list comprehension to create a list of line lengths called line num words. Here, use tline as your iterator variable to iterate over tokenized lines, and then use len function to compute the line lengths. Last is plot a histogram of line num words using plt.hist. Don't forget to use plt.show as well as to display the plot. So this is a question. You can pause for a while and you can try this question on your own. And here is the solution. We are given Holy Grail script. Holy Grail script you can find on Google. It is here. And yeah, this is scene one. All right. So this is the scene one of Holy Grail. You can check this one. You can enclose this scene in inverted commas, and then you can assign it to a variable Holy Grail as we have done it. I am not showing that script on my screen, but because this is so long, and you can do it on your Jupyter notebook or on your IDE, whichever is using you are using for your Python. And this is the scene. This is the script, and let's go back. So here is a solution. For this, we have to import three libraries. Like first one is RE, then we have to import NLTK dot from NLTK dot tokenize. We have to import regexp tokenize class. Then we have to import a matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. Right. The first part of the question says we have to split the script into lines. So lines is a variable that I'm using here. Holy Grail is a script, and here I'm using split method, and we have to split lines. So that's why I'm using \n. \n is used for new line. So wherever I will find a new line, I'll split those lines, right? So now we have to replace all script lines for speaker. Speaker is, let me show you. These are speakers. Arthur is speaker, soldier 1 is speaker, then here you can see soldier 2 is speaker. There, here in this script we have three speakers. So pattern for the speaker is within square brackets A to Z in uppercase, then \w plus means all the words with capital characters. That includes space. Here I'm using question mark. Question mark is used for this occurrence may occur or may not occur. This is an optional occurrence. If it is there, it will occur, right? So now, next part of it is #d means this is I have enclosed in parenthesis or the brackets, round brackets, #d. This is used for, like, let's say #1. I'm using here, and then 1 or 2, right? So if it is occurring, these are occurring together. So hash and the digit. So that's why I'm using here # and \d, enclosing in the round brackets are in parentheses means they will occur together, right? So then question mark again, if I'm using question mark again means this whole thing may occur or may not occur, right? So now this third part of it is A to Z in uppercase enclosed in square brackets with backslash W plus means this is a word, the only word, and I'm enclosing it in parenthesis, and at the end I'm using colon. Colon will definitely occur. So that's why I'm not putting question mark after it. So colon is always will always occur. So now here is a variable lines which is equal. Here I'm using list comprehension re.sub. Sub is a method here, right? So I'm using pattern. Pattern is this, and then I'm leaving some line, something empty, comma, then I'm using L here. L is for L in lines. Lines, this is the lines, like we have a line, and then for L in line, L is an iterator variable, and this is what we want as an output. That is enclosed in R, that is actually re dot sub and pattern, then empty space, then L. L is taken from here. Line, every line we are taking one by one. Then we are using sub, right? So again here we are replacing all script lines for speaker. I hope you got it, right? So that's why wherever pattern occurs, I'm just putting the space to replace it with space, right? Now tokenize each line. We have to tokenize each line. So that's the variable tokenized line equals within square brackets reg exp tokenize s comma w plus. So make sure sub method, in sub method we pass pattern first, but in reg exp tokenize we pass the pattern second as a second argument. So s, here I'm taking it from here from s in lines. So here I'm tokenizing lines. So lines, every word in lines I'm picking and I'm putting it here, and then I'm tokenizing it. All the words I'm tokenizing one by one. Here I'm using list comprehension. So at that I am creating a histogram. Make a frequency of list of lengths. Line num words is a variable here. So here I'm using len function, and here all the tokenized lines I'm putting the words here. Like for T line in tokenized lines, here I'm picking the lines, I'm checking the length of the line, and then I'm plotting using plt.hist to line num words. So how many words are there in the line? So that thing I'm picking, right? I hope you got it. At the end, I'm showing it with plt.show. Now you can see in the graph. Let me show you my Jupyter notebook where I did this question. And this is a Holy Grail script. This is scene one. You can see this is scene two. All the scenes here. This is a long and so lengthy script, right? This is a script, right? So you know from where you have to copy it, the whole text, and this is a script. So here is a question that I have done it. You can see here, these are the packages that I have imported. We discussed it in slides. Now split the script into lines. So lines equals holy grail dot split. I hope you got it now. this, we are splitting lines with this backslash n character. If I'm asking it to print it, print lines, so I'm hitting run. You can see here these are lines. So now this is first line here. We have used split method to split lines, right? So wherever the backslash n is coming, like a new line is coming, it is considering it with backslash n, and it is just picking that line and putting it in a list, and it is separating the other line with a comma. So this is the split, that splitting is done here, right? So we have printed lines here. I'm using here, I'm removing it from here. All right, then we have to replace all script lines for speaker. Make sure you have to split the lines for speaker only, but not with the scene one as well. So for that, that's why I have written here, wherever there is a digit, I'm using it hash and digit together. That's why I enclosed it within the parenthesis, because you can see here, in here, scene 24 is also there, but we have to just pick this Arthur, Bedevre, and soldier one, like officer hash one or officer hash one, this officer hash two, like these kind of things. So that's why I have enclosed, I've grouped them together. Wherever these will occur together, only those words we will have to pick. Right? I hope you got the pattern. And later I've used lines here. This is a sub that is replacing, this is a method that is replacing these patterns with nothing. So here, if I'm printing lines here, print lines, you can see, now you can see scene one and King Arthur and all these things are coming, Arthur, and soldier one is coming. So here, after removing that these speakers, right? So here, if I'm hitting run now, you can see here speakers are not present here. Scene one is there, scene two is there. Who is saying what is not mentioned. So that is why that we have replaced here using list comprehension and using sub method, right? So we have printed here lines. I'm removing this again. So now in the third part, you can see here tokenize each line. Tokenized lines here, if I'm using tokenized lines variable and I'm putting here like exp tokenize, so these line we are tokenizing. Now we will tokenize the lines for words. Let's see, if I'm printing tokenized lines, now you can see this is the, I mean, all the words are separated actually here in this case, right? Then we are printing tokenized lines again. I'm removing it from here. So now moving to this one, this part, len t line. So t line here, if I'm using len num words, if I'm printing it, len num words, line, sorry, line here, line num words. So see, you can see here the lines, how many words are there in different lines, you can see here, right? So plot a histogram of line length. So here we are going to plot a histogram, and that is the, so I'm removing it again, and the histogram that we have shown in the figure is this. Means the words of the length 0 to 10, almost 10 or 12, are maximum, right? Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon. We are so thankful that you are supporting us.